Hi everyone and welcome to Module 3. In Module 1 we talked about where are you now and what do you want. In Module 2 we discussed core values and understanding and creating your own why statement. And today in Module 3 and Module 4 we will be discussing and exploring the topic of mindset. Our mindset plays a major part in how we experience daily life, the success of our own goals, our confidence, and how we show up in the world. Mindset is described as a person's way of thinking and their opinions. It is how we think about ourselves and the world around us. It is our thoughts. Dr. Carol Dweck, who is one of the world's leading researchers on the topic of mindset, states that we can have two types of mindsets. A growth mindset. Growth mindset thrives on challenges and sees failures not as evidence of unintelligence, but as a heartening springboard for growth and for stretching our existing abilities. Or a fixed mindset. People who have a fixed mindset believe their qualities are fixed traits and therefore cannot change. Dr. Carol Dweck explains people with the growth mindset as being like this. They believe that failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me to grow. My effort and attitude determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. I am inspired by the success of others and I like to try new things. She also explains people who have a fixed mindset to be people who believe that failure is the limit of my abilities. I'm either good at it or I'm not. My abilities are unchanging. I don't like to be challenged. I can either do it or I can't. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Feedback and criticism are personal and I stick to what I know. Your mindset is important to you achieving your goals. Cultivating a growth mindset will enable you to work through the ups and downs of achieving a goal far better. A positive or growth mindset will help you to keep moving forward regardless of the setbacks or challenges you face. It will mean that you will always look for the positives and possibilities with every situation, enabling you to reach your goals, whether it be in your business, career, growing in your confidence, or life. Dr. Carol Dweck says, in a growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to reveal my weaknesses, you say, wow, here's a chance to grow. But in a fixed mindset, you believe that your qualities are carved in stone. The fixed mindset creates an urgency to prove yourself over and over. If only you have a certain amount of intelligence, a certain personality, and a certain moral character, well then you'd better prove that you'd have a healthy dose of them. It simply wouldn't do to look deficient in these most basic characteristics. The thing about mindset is that our mindset is partly influenced by our experiences and also our upbringing. But what I love about Dr. Carol Dweck's work is that she says regardless of where we're at with our mindset, we can still develop a growth mindset. Today we are going to discuss some of the most common beliefs that come with a fixed mindset. It's really important that we are aware of our thoughts and the world around us when it comes to mindset, because like the saying, you cannot have a positive life with a negative mind. The first is this: I don't feel good enough. This is really just comparison, and I've seen this with a lot of women that I've worked with who have wanted to launch a new business or wanted to embrace their gift. They've got the experience, the qualification, but because of comparison, they just don't feel good enough. I've also seen it in women who have already launched a business and already for years, but are too scared to go to the next level or too scared to show up in their business. Some women are just too scared to even record themselves on camera because they don't feel good enough. Another one is fear. Fear can show up as fear of failure. Maybe you've made some mistakes in the past. Sometimes you haven't even failed. Sometimes it's just stories that you play in your head of things that could possibly go wrong in the future. So then you don't try because you were scared you'll fail. Fear of what others will think of you. Fear of looking foolish. Sometimes a fear of success. Like, what if I actually succeeded? Fear of being judged. Fear of being ashamed. Fear of change. If you can relate to any of these fears, That's okay. You are not the only one. We all have experienced at least one of these fears at some point in our life. The good news is that becoming more aware of our fixed mindset will enable us to practice growing in a more positive mindset. Here are some tips for working through your fears when it comes to achieving your goals. Number 1, acknowledge your fears. So don't ignore it, but ask yourself, is this actually true? What is a story that you keep telling yourself about this fear, and is it true? Number 2 is this, put fear in its place. Before I studied to become a life coach, I was just so held back by my fears, and it became a really bad practice for me, and I didn't realize this until I studied to be a life coach. When I studied to be a life coach, it came to the time where I had to launch myself on social media, and I was just so scared to. I was scared about what people were going to think of me. I was scared about failing, and I brought this up in a lecture one time. And my lecturer gave me some advice, and she said this, Leslie Ellie, put fear in its place. Don't let it sit in the driver's seat dictating what you can and can't do, but put it in the back seat and let it motivate you to move forward instead of being stuck. This brings us to the end of Module 3, where we have been talking about mindset. Tomorrow we will continue talking and exploring more about growth mindset. I've loved and enjoyed seeing and hearing about your personal why statements and some of the feedback you have about how you're doing on the course. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at hello@juggleandthrive.com or just private message me through my Facebook page. I'm really looking forward to doing Module 4 with you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and see you tomorrow. Bye.